Haven't featured enough Cathay recently, so let's take a look at the Far Eastern human nation. And did you know that all the dragon siblings have a number of attack animations that are straight up broken? There's been some investigations by the community balance recommendation team, basically, especially I should call out Spellbound and Catholic Alcoholic in particular. Been investigating some issues with the splash attack bug that happened, back in December. There was investigations done on those units, and then attention turned to other units, and yeah, as it turns out, there's a bunch of units that actually have broken attack animations. The Cathay Dragon siblings are a few, which, considering they're legendary lords, I think that's a pretty big deal, to be honest, but nonetheless can still be quite good given their various kits. Let's take a look at this replay here. I believe it's from Elios on Discord, but let's take a look. He's got Jade Warriors and Iron Hail guns with 2 cannons, so quite a bit of ranged damage. 1 crane gun here as well. Righteous Lances up in the sky. We've got Peasant Long Spears scattered around. 1 Jade Lancer here as well to act as a blocker. Lots of defensive positions. The trees are going to obscure some line of sight. You can see the Tomb Kings here deployed Arc in the black. The 2 Tomb Scorpions here in the woods to gain some cover. Your Shabti Tomb Guard Halberds also advancing there. We've got some Nehekaran Warriors, Tomb Guard Halberds out on the flanks. Not really a lot of chaff, more quality-focused infantry of Tomb Kings. We've got some Carrion here and Nehekara Horsemen out on the flanks. This map does sort of mean that as these Cathayan troops get flanked here on their home turf, you can see that the skeletons are going to have potential downhill charge advantage. Carrion swoop in, they're going to get countercharged by the Jade Lancers and pretty quickly torn up, but nonetheless do get in here to disrupt, allow the Tomb Kings to advance under relative ease. Righteous Lances also just crash 1 Carrion in the sky, but they're going to eat a Fate of Buna for their efforts there from Arcan. So yeah, Carrions are not the cheapest units in the world to just absolutely die like this. I mean, the disruption is definitely nice, don't get me wrong, but it is a decent amount of value to be down right away. But the Nehekar Warriors is going to be trading pretty well in the Jade Warriors generally in the front line, especially with that, what is it? I forget the name. Realm of Souls, that's it. It's army-wide heal that Tomb Kings have, which is going to boost them a little bit in these various combats here. You can see the Tomb Scorpions also getting in. Honestly, haven't seen a ton of Tomb Scorpions, but I actually like the pick quite a bit. They're cost-effective and against a faction with pretty strong missiles where a larger, bigger target might be more risky. The Tomb Scorpions, because they've got Vanguard, they can actually hide in the woods. Like, they have the hide trait, allowing them to actually hide in the woods. They're going to be a lot more, just much smaller target, must be said as well. Much more resistant missiles, just sheerly due to that fact, not due to any actual defensive stats. But yeah, poison, they have a little bit of collision damage now. I think they might also have actual broken attack animations, but let's not think about that too much, as Arcan's going to speed these Iron Hails off the field here. And the quality of the Tomb Kings, is it actually telling here? Hard to say. The disruption of the backline is pretty good, but the disruption is really all it is, as these Nehekar Warriors also just kind of struggle to get through the quality of the Jade Lancers, especially supported by Long Spears. Miao Ying staying in human form is going to give maximum harmony. I would argue this is just the best thing to do. I don't think there's a lot of reasons generally you should be transforming her, but also getting that nice Earthblood to keep this strong pocket of even low-tier defensive troops standing. There's not a lot of really threatening AoE damage, or, the thing about those bigger single entities, right, is although they are quite a bit more risky against the missiles, the shock damage they can do is a lot greater. The Scorpions are going to do some damage. Definitely can do some shock damage, but also, here where they get isolated especially, going to struggle. Miao Ying's combat stats are good enough that, nice little escape though. One thing about the Scorpions, their animations are often fantastic, but let's see here. Iron Hails open up pretty well on the back of those Tomb Guard Halberds there. And in general, the Cathayan defensive infantry doing a pretty good job of holding. I haven't seen a lot of Arcan summons where he's been placing them, but definitely could roll through here and summon one right on these Peasant Long Spears to help support the Tomb Scorpions. That would actually put a pretty good hurt on them and at least provide some extra bodies so that the Tomb Scorpions aren't taking hits here. Physical resistance does help from that Libra Mortis. We can see this one Tomb Scorpion in particular getting down pretty low. Miao Ying, of course, gives. She herself has magic damage. Not that she gives it, but she's going to bypass that physical resistance and still just put a hurt on the Scorpion. So, not looking great for the Tomb Kings right now, but they've still got some tricks up their sleeves. Definitely don't ever count Arcan out. But the Righteous Lance has also been able to survive through the healing of Miao Ying. Despite them eating that Fate of Yuna, they still actually haven't lost a single Yuna model. That is one downside of Fate of Yuna. See, the Skeleton Summon is deployed there in support of the remaining Scorpions. I say remaining, you know, basically in the present tense, but it was past tense. As soon as I said it, as the one Scorpion drops there, another Fate of Yuna actually going to be dumped in. That one should actually start to kill some unit models here because the HP is so low. We'll see if the unit is actually able to survive. That little quick Earthblood maybe stabilizes a handful of the models. They're going to rout there. Still only lost a single unit model, so I forget, does Miao Ying actually have access to regrowth? It's been so long since I've taken her. If she did have it, it would be good. She'd take it regardless, but yeah, the Earthblood, if the Righteous Lances do come back, could heal them up a decent amount, but all their unit models are quite low, so that being said, all the Tomb Kings really have left at this point is some of these Tomb Guard here. Halberds are certainly going to be tough units, but with cannons still online, Iron Hail still online, they can just shoot them from a distance, although not a lot to protect the cannons as the Tomb Guard push through, supported by the Scorpion. This could come in here and rout a couple of these Peasant Long Spears. Jade Lancers do catch Arcan. I don't know, they're mostly just going to bog him down. They won't kill him super quickly if they do end up killing him. But Meow gets a nice land there from Righteous Lances, recharging Tomb Guard, getting a nice Earthblood. Blob formed up, hits all these units, very efficient healing. I really wish we had a, like, heals given a metric somehow measured in the game. We could see, like, in the post-battle screen, to see the amount of heals distributed by a unit or character. Would definitely be quite nice. I'd imagine Miao Ying's been getting quite a bit of a blob healing out of this Earthblood. Very efficient, hitting multiple targets, even max targets every single time. Does mean that it's one of the most efficient heals in the game as far as Winds of Magic goes, as long as you are hitting all those targets. Yeah, that last Tomb King Tomb Guard just collapses there as it gets hit. Maybe not, actually. From multiple sides by gunfire. Not going to necessarily collapse, but definitely not feeling good about things. And I'd imagine army loss is pretty quickly going to hit for this last Tomb Scorpion, as it just, yeah, there's the collision damage. Pretty good stuff, honestly. Yeah, don't hate the double Tomb Scorpion, honestly, when you want to go a little bit wider or more quality. But here, I don't know, maybe actually Purple Sun, although you do need to kill the Righteous Lances with something in this build. You don't really have a lot. Yeah, maybe Purple Sun, though, would have been better for extra, you know, damage on the disruption. Chariots, really, Tomb King's Chariots, unfortunately, aren't great against the Cathayan infantry, typically because of their armor. And then the unarmored ones have spears and, you know, dense formation and pretty good mass, so makes it hard to operate them effectively. Yeah, Tomb Kings, like I said, the monster conundrum definitely, I don't know, for me especially, given my micro, I'd probably favor Tomb Scorpions. It's a little bit less value to throw away against enemy missiles. A nice little spiteful Fate of Yuna there just to finish off the Righteous Lances as Arcan gets army lost here. I appreciate going to the end there, but yeah. Or Holy Spanner, actually, is the one who sent in this replay. My apologies. But there we go. Fun one for sure. Yeah, Righteous Lances get quite a bit of value on them. The Jade Lancers also just defending. Again, there's not a lot of like heavy anti-large here from the Tomb Kings or heavy AP in general. There is the one regular Ushabti who got quite a bit of value here, honestly. But I think maybe just an over-reliance, perhaps, on these Nehekara horsemen. Ultimately weren't able to get the job done in the back line. Them and the Carrion, like I said, even though individually they're not the most expensive units, combine their value all together, that's a decent amount of value that's just basically thrown away. Not necessarily 100% thrown away. A couple of them get some okay value. And the disruption does help protect to a degree, but I mean, given the map circumstance, it's not like you really needed that much disruption anyway. Like, I feel like sometimes people can get a little bit panicky when they're under artillery fire, and sometimes it can force people into making mistakes. But overall, I think, yeah, I mean, I definitely get bringing the Nehekar warriors here. Tomb Guard halberds are one that I think probably just cut them and take more Nehekar warriors, or even the regular Tomb Guard, or you could try and figure out some of the cost adjustments here, maybe downgrade a few of these Nehekar horsemen, take more Ushabti, back up that line. And just in general, infantry plus Ushabti is going to do fairly well here, as long as, again, that disruption's in place. You can get on the missiles, but Ushabti just allows you to have more width of armor-piercing anti-infantry. Just trying to overwhelm a little bit faster. But, yeah, overall, interesting battle for sure. As far as Cathay's side go, yeah, I mean, look at some of the value on these Peasant Long Spears being supported by Miao Ying with her healing and her harmony. 700 value on a unit like this is just fantastic. It's like double value, basically, on a low-tier spear. Absolutely incredible. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.